Alright, so this is gonna be my first part to the Halo 3 ODST Laso full game tutorial series. I'm gonna be starting off with NMPD. So in this series I plan to go over everything you need to know for full game, consistent strats, everything like that. I'm starting off with NMPD because it's probably the easiest mission besides the streets, including prepare to drop. So this mission you should be able to look towards a mid-7 most runs. This isn't going to be 100% consistent because Lasso isn't 100% consistent, but it's going to be as consistent as you can get. I'm not going to be using iron for this tutorial because I'm going to be using the custom checkpoint trainer to show different situations that can happen. But you can do all this with iron on, all the lasso skills on. So let's get started.
Back inside. Let's find that pelican.
What about all those Covenant we sidestepped on the way up?
Now we get to kill them.
Starting off here, we're going to be doing the first cone launch.
I'm really digging all these stairs.
I didn't make that, oops. So this cone launch is really consistent. Well, it's really consistent to survive, I should say. So no matter what kind of cone launch you get, whether you hit that pole, like what I bounced off of, whether you go past the door, whether you get to the door, whether you bounce off stuff, you'll almost always survive here. The only way you won't survive is if you get stuck by a plasma, by a grunt in midair, but I've only had that happen once in like 100 runs, so it's not something you need to worry about. You want to grab this health pack and then beeline it this way. So here you just want to do a grenade jump. Once you do that grenade jump, you can just do some jumps, and you'll get past this section almost every time fine. I would say going in about every 30-ish, 25-ish runs. You can get hit by a brute there and get knocked down. My best suggestion there is as soon as you jump up, if you notice there's a brute nearby, just jump immediately and crouch in midair. And if you need to, you can shoot that jackal with the carbine, but what I did there is, it's consistent. You don't really die. And then you want to grab this plasma pistol and that plasma there. So here you want to follow this route. This route is very consistent. I've never died here. So you just beeline it here. If the turret is up on the top thing, you can jump over this crate. But if it's by the door, you want to go around the crate. So I'll show you what it would look like if he's by the door. You want to go here and around. Then you want to grab this health pack here. And then there's going to be 2 grunts here. You want to shoot one of them. It's not necessary, but makes it more consistent. Then you want to throw a plasma here to get this guy off the turret and headshot him. Okay. And the only way you really die here is if the coil goes off and launches a plasma while in midair and explodes midair. It's rare, like that's really rare, but it does happen as it's Lasso. There is, a little bit of randomness. Here you just want to stay as close to the wall as possible so you don't alert these brutes early. And you can just jump over them when they do that little animation. Sometimes they won't do the animation, but you can still just jump over them fine. Here you want to try to shoot both grunts, but if you can only get one, that's fine. Here you want to target the grunt first, followed by the 2 jackals. And then, as long as you didn't get shot by the jackal snipers or you're down shields, you can do this cone launch here. So, as you can see, it's difficult. And you can just jump down the bridge and do the normal way. But if you are going for like the IL world record, I definitely recommend using this. And then I would slow down there, just as a suggestion. If you are going for record, I do recommend going all the way down to the bridge. But as this is full game, so I would just stop here. So now, once you're here, there's going to be 3 grunts and a brute to the left. You want to shoot all grunts that have their faces pointed towards you that can actually headshot. So I would suggest shooting 1 or 2 grunts when you get within range, which is about where I'm at right now, is when you'll be within range and not waste ammo. And then when you get within plasma pistol range, you want to plasma pistol that brute. So I'll headshot him. I'm going to plasma pistol this brute now. I'm going to finish shooting these grunts. So now I'm going to turn to this side. There's going to be 3 jackals. Sometimes you'll have 2, but it's rare. So 3 jackals and a brute. You want to headshot the jackals before you jump down, because otherwise they're pretty hard to shoot. Okay, so now that I've shot that guy, you want to check to make sure there's no grunts nearby, because if there's a grunt nearby and you shoot that brute, they will go suicidal and explode. That's really the only way you die here, is by those suicidal grunts. So as long as you don't rush this too fast, you know, take an extra 3-4 seconds to make sure there's no grunts, you'll be completely fine. So alright, here I'm going to check to make sure no grunts, no grunts. I'm going to plasma pistol this brute. You can headshot or backsmack him. Okay. Now there's going to be one more brute. Wherever he's at, there he is. Okay, kill him. 1 enemy left. That's fine. Like I said, be careful of these grunts. Okay. And then you want to keep your plasma pistol and swap it for these rockets.
Rest of us are okay. Not for long.
There we go.
Why am I not surprised?
So I got middle first. This is probably the best situation for Lasso. You don't want to have middle last because both Phantoms, they're able to shoot every single part of the launch pad, meaning the right, middle, and the left. So it's really easy to lose shields. So here, just start shooting Banshees. I would grab a missile pod and try to shoot a Banshee down. Banshees normally take 3 to 4 rockets on, or 3 to 4 missile pods on Lasso, which is the full missile pod clip on Lasso. You can get lucky though. If you hit them dead center, it'll only take 3, like I said. And if they're already damaged, it'll take 2. So you want to make sure Mickey or Dutch, whatever his name is, keeps the laser this whole fight, because he'll be doing much more work with it than you could, because the laser only has 2 shots in it. So if you really want to, this is for IL strats only, you want to take his laser, shoot a shot, and then give it back to him. But like I said, IL strats only. Okay, so here I'm going to pick up a missile pod and try to destroy a Banshee. And then I'm going to start lasering. Try to shoot the further away Banshees. I suggest only using 3 laser shots here. As soon as you shoot your 3rd laser shot, you want to pick up your plasma pistol. Use another missile pod if you'd like. Then go hide behind here. You're going to be waiting for this Phantom to come in. Four Banshees have to be dead here. The reason I don't shoot more than 3 laser shots is because they're going to be crucial for the second wave. So now that the Phantom's coming in, this wave, there's going to be a Phantom in the middle, Phantom to the left side. This Phantom in the middle you don't want to worry about, but you do not want to destroy him. The reason is the pilots in the Phantoms will die, but the Phantoms won't. So the Phantoms will just stay floating there and you'll soft lock. So here, you're only going to want to kill the enemies, and since the ones in the middle most of the time jump off the map, you don't have to worry about them. Sometimes a brute will survive and you got to kill them, but you just want to worry about these left side enemies. So I'll show what to do here. And you don't want to be in the range of these Banshees, so that's why I am where I am. See Mickey doing some work. So as soon as these Banshees or these enemies start to jump out, jump up here, 1 rocket by those guys, 1 rocket by those guys, and hopefully they'll mostly launch off the edge. I suggest shooting another thing of rockets, hiding as needed, of course. And that's actually, I killed all the enemies there. But this is actually a perfect segue into another situation that can happen. What I just did was best case scenario. that will not happen most of the time. You'll normally have the brute start running up, and I'll show you what to do when that happens. So of course hide, get health packs as needed too. So I'm gonna be looking for that brute. He's right there. I want to rush him and plasma pistol. So if he's already berserking, you want to shoot a rocket at him. But if you're able to get him while his animation is just starting, backsmack him after you EMP him. So let's see if a second brute survived here. Yep. So this is going to be a perfect example. Backsmack. Okay, as soon as that's done, you want to move back up here, grab your laser again. Keep your plasma pistol. So this wave is already in. Hopefully you're there beforehand. Grab a missile pod, grab 2 missile pods. If it's the right side, you want to go on this missile pod over here and just start shooting a bunch of banshees. I would suggest trying to destroy 2 banshees with a missile pod before using the laser. Here I'm just going to use the laser. Oh, that's not good. So this is why you want to save your lasers for this middle wave. You're going to want to use most of your laser shots in this wave. And just full warning, it's pretty common for this left turret to be destroyed already by the time this wave comes around. But if it's not, feel free to use it, you'll be fine. Now I'm just going to keep shooting, hopefully I destroy something soon. Okay, next wave is in. This is where you can use your a little bit more risky strats if you'd like. And then here, you're more or less just waiting for things to die. This is where it can be a little RNG how fast the mission ends. Just go on the turret, use missile pods, you know. Use any remaining missile pods, and hopefully you want to have 2 remaining laser shots here. I only had 1 because of the shots I missed in the middle wave. But as soon as you feel there's a significant amount of enemies dead, you want to go get your plasma pistol. If you don't have a plasma pistol, that's fine too. But just make sure you have your rockets. And you're going to want to move down here. Wait for this phantom to come in. And you can also look for a plasma pistol down here. You'll probably find one. This is why missing less laser shots is a little bit more beneficial. Just a waiting game. Okay, so now that that wave's coming in, you're going to want to move over to about here. I like to get a little bit closer, but I would suggest not. Shoot a rocket there, shoot a rocket there, and then start backsmacking people. You want to get a plasma rifle. That is definitely the best weapon here. You know, just luring shots. The reason the plasma rifle is so beneficial is because of this. And then after that, the mission's basically over. And then here, just hide. Mission's over. So that's NMPD Lasso in approximately 7.5 minutes. Obviously this can go much faster with not missing laser shots, being a little bit more aggressive this last wave. But yeah, I had a bunch of reverts in here, got I believe a 9-minute time, 10-minute time. So, you know, take out the reverts, you know, 9.5 minutes, a high 9 minutes, sometimes 8 minutes. But, you know, these are pretty consistent strats. These ending strats are pretty easy too. The faster you get a plasma rifle, the better. And then you can just start throwing grenades at all the brutes, or you can backsmack them. But like I did there, you could just backsmack everything you feel like it. Just be aware of the plasma rifle brutes. So I believe that's everything for this mission you need to know. Yeah, and hopefully I could help a little bit.